Choose fighting with security at the high road, ruining your night. Choose antagonising disabled queue jumpers at theme parks. Choose gimping around in the gym. Choose keeping it high. Choose punishment bummings. Choose battering 13-year-olds and their dads for chucking golf balls at you. Choose working security at Tea in the Park and robbing the punters. Choose asking a Welsh dwarf for a line. Choose triggering Instagram mums. Choose booting yappy dogs in the ribs. Choose taking an edible and doing the gay Gordons. Choose Leather Podcast.
Hello. 100th episode, Ross.
Big milestone.
It is.
Should have been cancelled in 5. We cannot be stopped.
I think the first couple are just wild. I think it was just who could piss higher.
I know.
I don't think you were. But what do you think of the new rebrand?
Do you know what? It's been so hard to keep it a secret. I've been like, even we bumped into people I knew while we were doing it, and they're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, I fucking wish I could tell you, but I can't. It's been tough to keep it in.
It's definitely.
I hope everyone loves it.
The intro is definitely a bit of us in it. And the logo, I like the logo as well.
It's who we are, eh? Aye, the logo's great. The logo's great.
Are you?
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to say. That was going to be my surprise for the live show.
Is it? Right, we can cut that
bit. I'm going to break it out for the live show.
No, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out.
I enjoyed just doing it. Just for me, being able to do these things is so like. We've just had Brian Hislop on there on the open mat talking about different things and he's grateful for what he's able to do now. And I'm just like, I've been given this opportunity, and you can see he feels grateful for opportunity he's been given, and any opportunity he's been given, he's grabbing with both hands. And I should be doing the same. Like I never thought this would be something I was doing, but here we are.
We're doing all right as old podcasters, aren't we?
Enjoying life, mate.
Within the last few months, we've went from doing an hour's podcast a week to doing 3 separate shows every single week.
Aye. And I would do more. See if I could. If I could give another day to this, I wouldn't hesitate. Like bridging that gap between work, gym, life, family, doing some podcast, something you really want to do is hard, but I would. It's the only job I've ever had. That 1 has never felt like a job, and 2 I've actually liked.
You can't really get sacked at this, can you?
I hope no. I'd have to do something quite bad. I've come.
It's no for lack of trying.
I have tried.
These have definitely both stretched the limits.
Mad pocket inside it. They need to fix it.
But the next milestone we've got is this live show, our first live show.
I know. I'm excited.
We've sold a fair bit of the tickets. I think there's half of them have gone.
Aye. All the meet and greets are gone.
Meet and greets are gone. But some of the reasons why you should be coming to it, we've got special guest Owen Elliott, who is currently, I don't know if you know this, but he's a big deal.
I've heard there's a few big names in MMA like him.
Aye. He's doing very well, so he's going to come. We're going to break down some of his fights. We're going to ask him some questions. He's going to interact with the fans as well.
Does he have a fight booked? I need to be careful what I say because I'm not sure what's out and what's not out.
I think he's trying to get that
Miami in April. Yep. Does he have a person?
I don't think he's got one yet.
Right, okay. Just wondered if you knew.
The whole night's going to be hosted by Chris Toll for a Christmas episode. He's obviously
the GOAT of Scottish podcasting.
He sat in when I was in. Where was I? I was on holiday somewhere maybe, and he sat in for an episode.
He did that. I think you were in Hawaii.
So I friend of the podcast, great chat.
All round great guy.
Chris Toll liked MMA before I did. Chris Toll was an MMA guy before.
He knows more about MMA than me and you put together.
So he'll host it. He'll bring myself and Ross out. We'll shoot some shit with him. Then he will then introduce Owen, and then we'll all have a chat together. There's going to be food available. There's going to be loads of alcohol available. There's going to be the giveaways. We've got pieces of canvas for UFC. We've got a 1 of 250 John Jones canvas. So some absolutely winners of presents here. We've got a signed Tom Aspinall glove. I don't know if you know who Tom Aspinall is. He's a big deal in the MMA scene as well.
Heavyweight.
Aye, he's doing not too bad. And if you're part of this VIP who's meet and greet, you're going to get exclusive merch for us as well as meeting us, and there will be other stuff there that is getting sold. So it's going to be all singing, all dancing. I'm looking forward to it.
Lovely.
We did have a viewer, Alan. He did email asking a question. He says he wants to go to the live show, but he's getting no one to go with. Is it bad for him to come alone?
No.
Hell no.
And I'll tell you why. I can actually personalise this. There's people now who are Patreons who bought tickets to my fight. Was he like Macedonian or something like that? You mind the guy? his missus was filming at the side of the cage. As soon as I took him down, she just put the phone down.
Right.
And
they were screaming, like, leave him alone.
There was guys bought tickets to that who didn't know anybody to do with this podcast. They came alone, met other people for the podcast. They're now big parts of the Discord, so join the community.
Community, man.
Join the community. There's people who will not hesitate to be like, sit down here, my man, and have a beer.
Somebody is winning a fucking watch. Is there 2 watches?
There's 2 watches, aye.
I'll buy one.
There's 2 watches. We've got the framed John Jones 1 of 250. We've got the framed canvas for McGregor Alvarez. And just loads of stuff. Aye.
Unreal, mate.
Makes sense.
We could have kept all this as well. Could have told you fuck all.
Do we have a Paul Craig poster?
I don't know, but I think you could arrange that if we don't, surely.
I'm pretty sure we could get a Paul Craig poster. For when I headlined a show and get fucking
behave.
So live show, tickets on sale, link in the bio. We'll look forward to hanging ways, we'll look forward to some of the stupid shit. We're not recording this. This will not go onto Patreon, it'll not go onto YouTube, it'll not be available. So who knows what madness we're going to get up to. And there's definitely going to be alcohol involved.
A couple of young guys came up to me at Liquid Rooms. It was either Saturday night there or the one before. Tops are off, out their bin on kit, enjoying the heaviest of heavy techno that Liquid Rooms has to offer. And they're like, mate, we're coming to this live show. I was like, you 2 guys are coming? Aye, mate. And I was just like, probably. Like, I'm just not, at this stage, like, the variation in fan is wild. So I was thinking about I didn't want to say the name of the shop because of what happened in it. But remember, you went and bought some trainers and we met a very nice guy working in the shop called Ross. And he's coming to...
Oh, he's coming to the show. Aye, he's my shoes. We were up in Edinburgh.
And then one very rude person didn't want us to film them.
Aye, we
never even talked about this.
We would literally walked into this place with a camera. We weren't filming.
Which wasn't even turned on. And the purple-haired person got sad, ran through the back and demanded the manager come out and tell us to stop filming. I was not even... I was looking at my fucking phone. And came out and went, and what are you filming? I'm fucking currently playing Clash of Clans. How might I help you? Anyway, we're just being terrorised. Our reputation precedes us.
She must have known. She's probably listened to you comment about
that
type of person.
What was his name? Ross. His name was Ross, I'm sure.
I think it was.
Great guy, Ross. Thanks for coming and supporting the show. Can't wait to see you. You're obviously cool. Your co-workers, not so much. Mention that to them.
Sorry to cut you off. I put together a wee behind the scenes fair day at filming as well, and there's some snippets in there, so
lovely.
People get that to look forward to as well.
So the behind the scenes stuff is cool. I like that.
We get into this then. Mixed martial arts.
Go on.
Mixed martial arts. We had strong Charlotte up. We had Sean Strickland versus DDP. You want to jump in there first?
Yes.
Did you enjoy it?
Aye.
Did Sean Strickland do what I said he would do?
Not turn up.
I don't think it was.
Is that too strong, mate?
Because
or did DDP shut him down? It's hard because
we know Sean Strickland's as tough as he come.
Because Sean's coach has been fucking ultra critical.
Do you agree? Does he look like he's fighting with intent to be a champion?
No. I don't think he wants to hurt anyone.
He's just going through the motions to make money.
Or he maybe just tried to decision him out.
That's not who you beat.
No, mate, you've got to go in there and do them.
I don't think that's
in
how you beat DDP
like
either.
I fight like I've never thought in my life I'm going to win a decision against this person. And the one time I did, I got my fucking heat split open and lost the fight in the 3rd round. I don't know, I feel like you're a similar type of fighter. You are going in there to finish your opponent. You don't go, there's 1 round in the books, there's round 2 in, there's round 3 in, I'm the winner, 3-0 or 2-1, or like, I took round 1 and 3, 2 was close, who knows what way it'll go. You didn't fight like that. No. So I don't think I think DDP did the right thing. I felt like DDP would have jumped on any opportunity he did to get Sean Strickland out of there, and I'm surprised he didn't. But I feel as if Sean Strickland was so conservative that it was actually hard to finish him because he was providing no openings to be finished.
Was it the 4th round his nose broke?
And then did the reset thing, and you
and people are like, that's cool, he's reset his nose. But he literally just ran the whole round so he wasn't going to get hit. And I get it, he doesn't want to get knocked
mate,
out.
And a broken nose, you've had them in fights, I've had them in fights, they're fucking sore, mate, and your eyes get puffy, and they're a absolute nuisance injury during a fight.
Do you think
not going to end the fight?
DDP looked good?
Yes.
High kicks were beautiful, weren't they?
I don't think DDP did anything that looked bad.
It's still that style that he's got, but he's making it work for him, isn't he? And we spoke of this last week.
It's bizarre.
He's
the best, worst fighter I've ever seen.
He's tumbling in to shots, but his whole body weight's behind him, and they seem to be working for him.
Trips over his own feet. Like, if I did that, I would fall over. And
I think that's what's maybe setting him apart from everybody else, is the fact that he
unorthodox.
Isn't coming out and just doing the boxing stance or the Thai stance and marching forward and flinging shots. He's exploding forward and he's throwing everything into it. And he has got some gas tank to do that for 5 rounds. But
he had some sort of bad nose injury or something, Like he could only breathe at one nostril.
Right, he had like a deviated septum.
And he got it fixed, and then they were like, oh, now his gas tank's shit hot. But is DDP now at the stage where, because I think we all thought before DDP was a grappler. That's what I thought. But his kickboxing looks all right. Looks pretty good. I'm not going to tell you he's going to
he's got that Dutch kickboxing in him.
Hey, I like what he did there. I'm not going to tell you, right, he's going to go out there and like out kickbox Israel Adesanya, but it wouldn't surprise me if he did.
I don't think it's out kickbox him. I think it's out fight him.
Aye, he's just a tough cunt, mate. He's just a tough, like, nah, I'm going to be the winner. Like,
I thought it was a good fight.
I enjoyed it.
I don't think Strickland looked good in any of the exchanges. I don't think there was a point where it was like, oh, Strickland can actually win here. I thought the last round where he came out and he had a wee bit of something about him, but it was too much too late.
But we've seen him do that before. Like, he did the attack on Costa for the last 30. He said, I didn't want to shit on Sean Strickland, mate, because he's clearly a great fighter. Like, you're not fighting for the title at middleweight, which is a fucking ruthless division, if you're shite.
Yep.
He's not shite.
Would you do with Strickland next?
Israel Adesanya.
I disagree with that.
Oh, go on then.
I disagree with that. That fight, neither of them get the benefit of that. What happens if Izzy wins? He's probably not getting another shot at DDP.
No.
If Strickland wins, nobody wants to see DDP Strickland 3. You know what I mean?
Blunt. I don't think Sean Strickland, going by what his coaches said, or Israel Adesanya ever want to fight again. I think they can be arsed.
Do you think they're making just enough money?
I think.
But I think Strickland will just fight for the sake of fighting.
Aye. And I think Adesanya just did that against Imavov.
No, I think Adesanya had a bit of something about him. I think he was going in there with an intent to win.
But do you remember when Adesanya was going to fight DDP and he was getting upset, he was stroppy, he was fucking, he did the African thing, he was dropping the N-word. I think Adesanya needs something to go, fucking come on then. And I think saying, Sean Strickland beat you, mate, you just got to take that. And I think Israel Adesanya could be lured back in and we could see the old Israel Adesanya. Or again, mate, maybe he doesn't give a fuck. Maybe he doesn't give a fuck.
Personally, I prefer the idea of giving Strickland to a contender who's not been in that mix yet. So the example I've put here is Strickland Barallo. If he's not getting that Wicker fight,
or Brendan Allen, one of the guys.
Brendan Allen's fighting next week, so those schedules could line up. But
I think right now at this, I think Barallo would fucking flatline Sean Strickland.
I've just got no interest in seeing Strickland Izzy too. I don't think it does anything for either.
Of the sport though, mate.
I think thingy's starting to dim a little bit, Strickland's, and I think he's relying on this crazy outlandish shit that he's saying. The big moustache and aye.
I think I would agree with that. I think like when he was on the way up, when he was fighting Izzy,
anybody he would fight anybody.
But when he was fighting Izzy, like it was the press conferences, and I think how sort of engaging he was kind of endeared people to him, despite his fighting style, because his fighting style isn't the friendliest for fans to watch.
It was good against Adesanya though. But he's never fought that way again.
But now that he's losing to DDP and it's still that same style, it's just not having the same effect on fans. Fans are kind of like, well, he's doing this all on the mic and then
teep, jab, cross.
Aye, and then he's going in and fighting like that. So I think I would agree with you that he's kind of...
And it's obviously pissed off Nick Sick as well, because he's not happy and
that's
he's asked him to... But then
it's a real friend though.
Aye. Is it a good thing that he's like, listen, I don't want you I like coach champions. Aye. I don't need you. If you're just fighting for money, then this isn't the place for you. I kind of get it, man.
I remember
you put all your time.
James Doolan saying one to me about, I don't want to say who the people are, but the coach can't just coach someone for the perspective, oh, well, they want to do it, so cool. He's like, that's how people get hurt, like badly hurt. And when you look with a boxer passed away just the other day,
I know,
like, this isn't a kid on, mate. It's no football. It's no like, well, there's always next Saturday, because there's no. Like, there's real life consequences to this. And the further down the road you go, like, you can't go half-hearted and against DDP, mate, because he'll hurt you. He'll hurt you bad. Same with somebody like Barallo. He'll hurt people, mate. Israel Adesanya, like, doesn't he really want to go in there, getting dropped off and finished off by Imavov? I'm not saying he didn't want to go in there. I'm just saying,
you need that fire.
I think Izzy needs something. And I thought possibly Strickland rematch might give him a wee. He might be like, nah, I want to get that one back. But I don't know.
I think he'll just feed them to the contenders. I think they'll do the same with both of them. It's just like the old make way for the young. We see it every week when we're in here.
If you can beat this guy, you can maybe go on for a shot against. Well, put that. How quick does Hamzat run over Sean Strickland, do you think?
Oh, Hamzat fucks him up in the first
round. In a round.
But does Hamzat fuck up DDP in the first round?
So I think before this fight, everybody loved Hamzat. And now after, they're like, nah, DDP will do him. Like,
I think it's a good stylistic matchup for DDP.
I think so too. If DDP can out, but we don't know about Hamzat's cardio yet. I don't doubt for a second. It's
but then
excellent.
We've seen him against Burns and Usman, and both of them took him into deep water, and it's the most normal we've ever seen him.
Aye.
So what about a guy as big as DDP going up against him and just gain him it? Fucking gain him it.
Going, come on then, let's see how you get on in round 5, mate.
Well, a lot of people are thinking now that maybe that fight could go the way that the co-main event went, where Hamzat, or in this case Tatiana Suarez, come out, have a great first round, and then they've just got nothing left.
Did you enjoy that fight?
Aye.
I think Zhang Weili looked fucking impressive, and what a shape she is in.
Absorbed the first round beautifully too.
But then see the last part of that exchange where she manages to get back on top. I was impressed with her jiu-jitsu. Like, she has got it all. Jiu-jitsu, striking, wrestling, she is. And I wasn't saying that last week.
No.
I was Team Tatiana.
So was I. I picked Suarez to win to Tanya.
Zhang Weili looked so fucking good, man.
She's not getting beaten.
No.
Nah, she's not losing. So see, Suarez, I spoke about in between the first and second round, she says something to her coach like, have I won? Or like, I can't even remember what it was. I saved the clip. But she's like dazed, like fucking looking about, like glassy eyes.
Go and fire it in the chat so I can see it, if you don't mind. But no, I thought Wang Leiji looked brilliant, and then there's talks of her moving up weight class to fight Shevchenko.
Yeah, so like if you look at that division, there's no really that many contenders.
I know. It's the same for all women divisions. They're a bit light with talent, but and it's hard.
Apparently, the plan was for Zhang to move up and fight Valentina. See, before the first Valentina Grasso fight,
right? Which
obviously Valentina dropped the belt. But rumors were that the plan was Valentina gets past Grasso and then Zhang moves up and gets that fight. So it's been brewing for a while, and I think it does make sense.
Who was the last Chinese girl that Zhang Weili fought?
Yan Zhaonan.
She was good as well. Like, just didn't have it on the night against Zhang Weili, who's looking like an absolute stud. And did you say she's moved up to like number 2 in the pound for pound? Is that correct? The females pound for pound?
Zhang stays at number 2.
So Zhang Weili was already there?
Aye, Valentina's still number 1.
Number 1.
Whereas now a lot of people are thinking Zhang should be number 1.
She looks in some condition, man.
I can't find
who's her man? She's going to be an MMA fighter who fought for Bellator.
Who's?
Zhang Weili. Zhang Weili's partner is... We got them? No? We can shut up again?
Can't find anything. Seems to be very private. But she is one of the few MMA fighters who has an actual head coach that isn't her boyfriend or husband.
Did you see the conditioning coach that she's working with?
Saying about improved her jab by 60%.
Through mile fascia fucking training.
Dog shit, eh?
So I'd only seen this because Adam, good friend of the podcast, Adam Losby put onto his...
All-round great guy.
He put onto his Instagram, basically broke down her coach's conditioning.
Not afraid to say something controversial on TikTok either. I like that.
Mm-hmm. But I guess he's obviously using his MMA experience and conditioning knowledge to back this up. And the only reason she's as talented as she is because he's using these fascia-related techniques. Like, fuck off.
Nonsense.
Did you watch the 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗛𝗃 versus Tafa fucking blowout?
36.
What an elbow.
I know.
What an elbow.
It's these big boys just swinging at you, but...
Aye. Something hits you, you're scrambled, eh?
I had, by the time I'd set it up, I watch it Sunday morning, so I'd set it up because I didn't watch any of the shit before I set it up. I'd looked at my phone, I think I maybe just was doing a crossword or something. So that's how I roll on a Sunday morning. And, oh fuck.
Craig House is wild.
That's finished.
Aye.
Fucking hell, that was quick.
I'd seen it on TikTok, so I was still at work and I was scrolling and then just
boom, eat this.
For fuck's sake, my coupon's fucked.
That was that guy's first fight in the UFC.
Aye.
That's a good opening match for you to beat a guy like Tafa.
Do you know that the heavyweight division only has 30 signed fighters? Have you seen this?
Aye.
And women's bantamweight has 32. And women's bantamweight was always considered the shallowest.
Turns out the big boys.
How mental is that? How mad is that? 30 fighters only.
I guess that's why you get these guys that are like massively out of shape getting opportunities at heavyweight because they're like, nah, this guy we could do something with him.
At 3-3.
Bring him in.
Buck wild, eh?
Speaking of quick fights, did you see the very first fight of the night?
The 19-second fucking...
who was this? Have you got it?
The Indian boy gets absolute shot in the head, eh? Buff, see ya, buddy.
Was that the first exchange?
Yep. That's like 11 seconds into the fight.
For fuck's sake.
Do you think that stoppage is okay?
Yes.
The guys he draws half the ground.
His head actually hits the ground, right? So the referee only has the visual and has to make the decision.
What referee is it?
I didn't recognise his name.
No.
I think he was like an Australian one. That's maybe.
Is there a bit of controversy with it?
He wrestles up and grabs the leg, right? But does he only grab the leg because your man stands up to celebrate? So bang, follow up. Referee's there, stands up, now gets his leg grabbed. He would have just followed him up with more punches. He would have just kept rattling those shots into him.
Aye. It definitely wobbled.
Mate, his head bounced off the floor.
Yes, so I didn't
and
see
the way
that
he
fight.
fell, he falls like sideways.
Did not see that fight. I did watch the Jimmy Crute fight and was impressed by Jimmy Crute's return. First round, he looked great. First round, that throw, I think the opponent tried to throw him and he just countered it. It was slick.
He's good with stuff like that, eh? Mad that he's had 2 draws.
In his last 3 fights.
Wild. Did the judges not like him or something? I thought he won.
Did you?
Aye.
I thought it was one of these ones where I seen a draw. I was like, aye.
But I use this one all the time. Am I just watching Jimmy Crute? Because I know Jimmy, he's the one I'm familiar with here, and I would have liked him to win, and I had bet on him to win. So am I just watching Jimmy Crute? And I'm not watching what the other guy's doing. I don't know.
The other guy is in Pereira was in his corner and he was using the low kicks. What's his name?
Bellato.
Aye, so he was using the low kicks and the same. He looks very similar to how Thingy moves, Pereira. Mm-hmm. And they leg kicks did chew up Jimmy's leg, and that's why the second and third round he didn't look like.
Who was it? Was it? I forgot his name. You were meant to fight him in Miami. Am I meant to say that?
Smith.
Anthony Smith. Did he not beat him with low kicks?
I think he did.
Something, chewed up his calf bad. Jimmy Crute's been susceptible to it before, so I can see why somebody would go to the same
people are watching
game plan.
Past, and then just like, he doesn't like his leg kicks, and he slows down.
Nobody does.
And he gasses.
Aye.
Bit of a shame for Jimmy Crute to get the draw.
Would you like
that first round, he looked so good in the control. I thought he could have put him out that first round, but I actually didn't watch this. I forgot all about this fight. Toporia's brother.
I've not watched any of this. Fight of the night is an early stoppage. What do you mean?
That's the
no.
Right,
That's a separate thing.
sorry.
Fight of the night is an early stoppage. It's hardly a. It's hardly a fight of the night, is it? It's a knockout of the night.
So I saw as well, UFC, as always, breaks every record. Biggest gate in fucking Australian history for a sporting event at that stadium. Or again, it's just...
As we spoke about, it's the price of the tickets.
Dana White just coming in and fucking hitting home runs.
Can you back up just a second? See the thingy fight, the 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗛𝗘 brother? Was it a good fight? I never watched it.
It was all right.
It was all right.
It does look... He seems like a
Spaniard.
A less explosive version of Ilya. Kind of fights the same way. Nice boxing, but
will he
do
powerful. Well within that division?
Aye, if your brother's the undefeated featherweight champion, you're in good standing.
Poor old Colby Thickness. Cool name.
I know.
Some very cool names. Cody Steele.
Aye. Okay card.
Aye.
For going into it with very, very low expectations.
I think I shot all over it last week and was like, that's a shit card.
Still, from the comments I see on social media, people still not particularly happy with it. I don't know. They can't all be winners, mate.
But we're getting weekly fights and we can't really complain. And then
with the stars, mate, the stars of the sport, DDP and Sean Strickland are stars.
Did we have a giveaway?
Yeah, we hadn't decided.
Fraser Napier. That's my homie.
Well, he's won something.
So you can drop his poster after.
I will drop it off to him.
Aye, so we didn't decide what we'd given away, but we had a wee look at some stuff we've got. And
is that him?
You want to grab this? So this is a poster that he's receiving.
For as we call him, Mad on the Swedgers.
Who is this?
This is UFC 95
poster.
Diego Sanchez, Joe Stevenson, Nate Marquardt.
Cool prize.
Damian Maia, Chael Sonnen. A wee retro. Retro one.
Hope you've got a man cave or something like that. You can fire this up.
He does well.
Or you just tell the wife it's going up in the living room. Darling, it's up in the living room.
He's that type of man.
So Frazzle Dog, it's coming at you, mate. Hope you enjoyed it and
good guy.
Cheers for the picks.
We also, as just one more bit of housekeeping, we've still got Matty's bag, your UFC 309 fight kit bag. We've still got to send that out, so that and that poster will both be sent out this week.
What, has he not sent his details or something?
We've just been hectic.
You've been fucking about, mate?
Aye.
Come on.
I was going to give Matty it there. Like, Matty, what are you playing at? Have you seen the price of the bags?
Well, $200 or something. So.
Who's buying a bag at 200 sheets, man?
Yeah, I'll go to JD and get myself one.
I know.
Go to Sports Direct.
I'll just wait outside fucking higher level and take calls off him. We always getting it. Take your gloves as well, mate. I was just on the way here to this podcast and maybe like 2 cars in front of me, I seen a bus bang into a car. And I was right out of the motor. I was right out of the car. I was like, mate, that bus just fucking banged into you. Do you know that if you are involved in an unfault accident, you can claim? And there's only one place I would go to, and it's G4 Claims. After I'd told him, I then chapped the bus door, burst into the bus, and was like, guys, listen, this fucking driver has just made you a bag of money. Because if you've been involved in an unfault accident, that's including if you're in a bus and as a passenger, and you are in a taxi as a passenger in the cab, you can claim. Ross, what's the number?
It's 01698 767 172. You can get them on WhatsApp as well if you don't want to talk to anyone. You can also get them at notatfaultclaim.com. And also, for Paul's referral, he got £50.
There you go. It makes sense. For each person who hits up G4 Claims, you will receive 100% of your claims. You also will receive a courtesy car, and you will also not have to deal with any pish that you have to deal with normally. So it makes sense. Involved in any non-fault accident, G4 Claims is your place. Link is in the bio, and keep it high. So we've got an Apex card this weekend.
Yes, we do.
Cannonier versus Rodriguez. I love the Rodriguez fucking hole in his head. That is have you seen this?
No.
Go and fire this up.
You'll have seen it. He's the guy, remember, he got a very, very bad cut here. And
Who's the guy
see the arteries.
Kelly or something like that?
I'll bring up.
Ended up with a massive fucking hole in his head. Like, I'm talking, this thing, I've put my dick in worse.
Oh, aye. Second I seen him there, I'm like, oh, aye.
Yes.
Aye, yeah.
Look at you, can actually see the vein.
See when it's sideways too, that's...
I won that fight. And he's now on a 3-fight win streak.
He's a bit of a big deal within that middleweight division, isn't he? He's doing all right, and going up against somebody like Cannonier's that test where it's like
gatekeeper job.
He's like, I've fought the who's who. Let's go. So
aye. Excuse me. Cannoneer.
And Canada's coming off a loss for
Baralho,
isn't he?
Yes.
Same again, like cracker of an opening main event.
Good co-main too.
The undercard's like exactly what you're looking for in it. You're getting Kelvin Kattar, who's number 10 in the featherweight division.
So Yusuf Zalal, he's on a 3-fight win streak as well. Last fight, submitted Jack Shore. He's still unranked, so this will be a big step up for him to fight the number 10 guy.
Do you remember when Calvin fought fucking Max Holloway, and it was like, oh, this guy's going to outbox Max. This is going to be him like setting up for the heavy featherweight division, and just never really came back for it.
Who's your man, Dylan Budka?
He looks like he'd complain about us filming in the shop, to be honest.
Aye.
But I'm looking forward to the co-main event specifically. I think that'll be a good fight. We've also got the Bonfim brothers, both on the card.
This is wild, eh?
Where's the other Bonfim?
He's down here. He's buried on the prelims.
Is he a bigger Bonfim?
Oh, against Chaos Williams.
And then we've got Johnny Walker's brother too.
That's actually an alright wee card, isn't it?
It's not, it's not bad.
And is that Hill as well? Did I see go up?
Angela Hill, yep.
Angela Hills. And Jared Gordon fighting an Avatar. Man, that's a cracker of a card. Like, aye, that's fun.
Why not, eh?
Aye.
Why not, mate?
We're always spoiled with UFC cards, and that's just
too
like
many good fights.
Good, I'm down with that.
Some more MMA news.
Can I see on that Boomf brothers? Bonfim, what are they called?
The Bonfim brothers.
The Bonfim brothers.
I don't think they're no like that's not a catchphrase or like a nickname for them. The Bonfim brothers. It's just
the Bonfim brothers. Has there been any other brothers who've fought in the same card?
Have Nick and Nate ever shared a card? The UFC.
That's a good question.
The Walker brothers could potentially do it as well.
Aye.
Maybe the first brothers to do it. Well, they've done it before.
It's a heavyweight,
have they?
They've done it on 283 when you fought Johnny Walker. They were both on that card. Cool. But I think of the pressure.
I know.
If you're the second one.
I know. Oh, that's no good.
I don't know, is it worse if your brother's already gone out and lost or gone out and won?
Gone out and won.
Gone out and won because then you need to win. Because then it's a shite night for you.
Because if he's gone out and lost, you're still the fucking... especially if you're the younger brother. There's your fucking chance. You're that fucking cunt. Mind all the years you were taking the turn on the PlayStation that was mine.
Oh. Sega.
Exactly.
Bouncing the controller off his seat.
Fuck you, it's my turn. I'm telling him.
I seen this. It's the lawsuit's been settled, isn't it? And that's the money's going to start to get dished out.
But you need to claim it.
You need to claim it because I imagine there's not going to be people that are going to claim it. There's probably guys that have got massive CTE that's not going to remember to claim it.
I did. I also did put this in the need to claim it because not CT or anything, just because I don't think you'd bother. I also don't think you would claim it if you're not prompted to.
Aye, I don't think I probably would do the same. Aye. Ah, fuck, I forgot about that. Where's my keys? Where's my phone? That's why, like, see, having the watch and you just ping it, ping. Aye. So I had a lawsuit, but that's just the first lawsuit. We're still waiting. Is it Chang? I'm not going to try and say his name. What's his name? Definitely an Asian boy.
Kung Lee.
Kung Lee. I was fucking close. I was close.
You were close.
Kung
Lee is definitely an Asian name.
All right.
But that's the second one that's still ongoing.
And is there a third one in the go as well?
I'm not sure.
I think that's just touch and also
let's attack them.
And then they'll be looking to finish these all before they start renegotiating for because Netflix came in with an offer, didn't they?
Well,
they have so much time.
I don't know if that's true because it came out today, or it came out this week that the UFC still have exclusive, or ESPN still has exclusive negotiation rights until it's like the 15th of April.
Yep.
So as of now, UFC can only talk to ESPN, but come mid-April, then I guess that's when offers can start rolling in for everyone else.
Netflix money. Come on.
Do you think it'll get split up? Like maybe ESPN keep the pay-per-views, you can get
I don't know.
On the road fight nights, this place can get Apex cards.
Because here's the issue with that. They didn't do that with the WWE. They shut down the WWE network. And the Netflix took everything. So I imagine if Netflix, are going to come in for negotiations. They're coming in for everything.
But so how do you pay-per-view through Netflix?
You don't. You don't. WWE's not pay-per-viewed. So basically what's happened is Netflix have paid WWE enough money where they're no bothered about pay-per-views anymore.
So it's just on Netflix.
And then Netflix will get their money through their subscriptions and stuff like that. They can say, we've got WWE.
Adults.
So there's no WWE pay-per-views anymore.
Adverts have just become a thing now on Netflix. Like, you have to watch adverts. Like, what?
So if the UFC went to Netflix, I'm assuming it'd be the same, and it wouldn't be pay-per-views. It'd be if you've got if you get a Netflix subscription, you get it.
That's fucking wild, eh?
So think about the money that Netflix need to put up for that to make it worth their while.
Once Netflix have the monopoly, they can do what they want. Like, listen, we're going to do a sports package.
Aye.
If you want sporting events, then this is what you pay. This is a sports package.
Well, that's what Sky did.
Aye. You want the sports package? This is what you get. You want do you want the main events? Then this is what we do, like a fucking TKO special. I don't know, but I imagine that's just a way to get in the door, and then eventually they'll just be like,
aye, they're going to monopolise, eh?
Aye.
Who wouldn't they?
Aye. They're the boys at the moment, so I imagine they're wanting all this done for April when negotiations come, because the last thing Netflix want to deal with is lawsuits going on in the background.
For sure. That's fucking quality, though.
Aye.
I'm in. Aye, I could live with that.
Some more MMA news.
Yes.
Oh, go on.
Dominic Cruz pulled out of his main event with Rob Font due to injury and has retired. It's his shoulder. It's always been his shoulder.
Dislocated shoulder. Now, he had done a full fight camp in Mexico with us, right? And I'm just thinking if he had an Anaconda shoulder brace, he would have been fine. So what happened was his shoulder had dislocated like 6 weeks before they had offered him the fight. He'd done the rehab and he's like, right, you know what? I think I can do this. And then his shoulder, during the training session, eventually popped out and was coming out the back of his shoulder. And his muscles all seized up and they couldn't get it back in, because normally we would just get a wee pop. But if he had the support of a shoulder brace, maybe, hey, we don't know. We would
maybe
have seen,
he could still be making good money.
Maybe they've seen him staying out of retirement, but the way it's worked out is he's now in retirement, but it's not the end of this situation for him, because he's still obviously going to train. And the last thing he wants to do is be getting into these training sessions and worrying about his shoulder slitting out, be it if he's doing boxing, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. Why not check out Anaconda and get a shoulder brace that offers unparalleled support and confidence?
AnacondaFightwear.co. Leather 10 at checkout for 10% off.
Makes sense to keep it Anaconda if you're suffering from shoulder injuries, knee injuries, ankle injuries, or you're just looking for that little bit of support and a little bit of confidence. Anaconda's the place. But it's a bit of a shame that he has retired in that way.
He's always been plagued by injuries as well, hasn't he? Problems with his heels and feet and
knees,
stuff
sure
like that.
But he came back and won the title.
Do you think it's wrestling for such a young age?
Possibly just wear and tear.
This years upon years upon years of damage.
Have you ever seen this thing where it's a guy that says that he's got too high intensity exercise bad for you, and he's like just got this like zone 2 workout that he does?
He's in good shape.
He's in good shape, aye.
I could live with that.
I think zone 2 just right. Like a fast paced walk.
Zone 2. I'm only going to zone 2 on the bike. Sometimes, mate.
How's your biking going?
Aye, good. I never cycled yesterday. I went hill walking, I think, on Monday. Because I'm just trying to do different things. I'm making sure as well, like lots of calf exercises, lots of hamstrings and lower back. Because 80 mile on the bike, I feel like my back's going to start getting sore.
So
I want to start hunching.
I've set up my bike a little bit different.
Right.
So I've changed the handlebar position. So because I was going really heavy into them and I ended up with like tennis elbow because I was locking in and holding myself in this rigid position. So I've raised it up a little bit.
I try to sit right up.
Right.
Like a fucking bird on the stair machine.
Tits out, arse out.
That's how I try and sit.
But my mine's is going well as well. Been enjoying these races, been enjoying doing the big hill climbs. Like I'm a bike guy now.
Aye. Bike wanker.
Bike wanker. I wear all the gear as well.
You bought a chamois or anything yet, Ross?
No, yeah. I will need one.
Is it called like a chamois or something? What's the actual name of it?
A chamois, maybe?
A chamois.
Is that right?
It's camel in French, bro.
Is it?
Chameau.
Well, I don't think you've got a camel.
I might fucking need one.
Maybe you like a feeling.
What? Sitting between the two arms?
Just hot in your fucking cheeks.
Oh, mate.
I've tried to change my position so I sit back further in my seat. So my ass cheeks, because, it's just shit.
How many were the bikes we were looking at? The big electric numbers? Decathlon? What were they, like $4,500 or something?
Like just go on the pedal. Keep up, boys.
I know. But you only have to do 15 mile an hour. You would do 15 mile an hour scrolling on TikTok.
It's a power output. I don't deal in miles per hour. I deal in power output.
Wattage. Mate, I did a watt bike. I went to a different gym.
How good are watt bikes?
Fucking hard. I couldn't get to go down. I was like, oh my God, my legs. Like, I have to, and I only had 30 minutes because it's where Eva does gymnastics. There's a gym at the side. So
fuck, I'll jump in here, get a wee
that's what I keep doing. I do it every Friday afternoon. Boy came up to me, he was like, all right, mate, can I see your fob? And I went, hi. Just carried on cycling. And he was like, I was like, what you want? Leave me alone. I'm only here for 30 minutes. Go away. So, I think it was stuck at like level 10 and I couldn't get it to go down. It was like a touch screen one. It shows you all your stats, all your data. It's even got a wee track that you're going around. And then the problem is I look to the side and there's a guy, he's a bit older than me, and I've noticed he's having a look at mine, and I thought, he is thinking he's racing me. I cannot let this loser who I never met,
kick in,
will never see again. Mate, the cramp in my legs was unreal, just because I had to defeat this imaginary guy.
Old guy.
Who I've never saw in my entire life. But I can't have him going away and getting in his car and be like, I done that, bald cunt. Do you know what I mean? That's just...
phoning the wife, pull the pants to the side.
I'm the
pull
man.
the pants to the side, I'm up and I've just beat this young whippersnapper. I done a wee cycle, so Craig and my sister came up and watched my daughter at the weekend because I was going out, and literally done my cycle, beasted it, came in with my fucking hat and all that shit, cracked up my beer, popped that beer.
You know what you look like? You look like Dolph Lundgren. See, when you came in all sweaty and your hair was all spiked up and blonde. Like, this guy's straight off a movie set for the 80s.
Dolph Lundgren. That's a cool guy.
Some boy. Swedish,
Is he?
I think he's Swedish.
Let's find out. Where's the Lundgren for?
Big Dolph.
I don't know if he is Swedish.
I think he might be. He's definitely a Scandic person.
Sweden. No, you're right. Swedish.
Sweden. Good on you, mate.
Obviously, I'm right. Have I ever been wrong?
I've been wrong.
Aye.
So that was it. Straight off the bike, cracked open my beer and started singing.
Did you go to Bathgate?
I did go to Bathgate.
How
went to the
it?
Dreadnought. What a fucking place.
Was it good?
No. So, love live music. Like, it's one of my favourite things ever. Today was the day. Today. Did you get Morrissey tickets? Morrissey.
No, didn't even know they were on sale.
Morrissey's playing in the O2 Academy. What the fuck do you call that? O2 Academy? Like a wee bit of Morrissey. Anytime there's live music, I'll go and see it. So anyway, went and seen this band Rest. Now in my head, I was like, these are quite a reasonably big band, right? I go and see them. I enjoy them. Absolutely fucking love them. Support act was actually alright as well. Aye, Mark, what was his name? I'll be able to find out right now because I found him on the old
IG.
Aye, where do you get these playlists? What the kids listen to? So anyway, I'm in the crowd, right? Go early, get a good seat, obviously. Where the
older guy move?
It is, isn't it?
Starts at 8, be there for 4.
No, we're not that early. But I can't even find this. Let's see. Just type in Mark. As if the guy needs a shout out. He's called, I was going to say his name's Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch. It's Mark Sharp and the Bicycle Thieves. That's what the band's called. It was actually pretty good. It was just him acoustically. So, but it felt like a battle of the bands. That's what it felt like. It had that vibe.
That's cool.
The DJ compare guy was like, remember, upstairs turns into a nightclub. Up next, it's Rest. And it was just cheesy. It was pish. The venue was shit. But came out of there.
Did warn you.
Come out of there and then was like, it's still got like half an hour before the train. We'll jump in and get another beer. Went in this wee pub next to it, Dreadnought. Place was packed. Bathgate's the place to be. I would actually...
In West Lothian, there's nowhere else to go.
I would go to Bathgate and I would go into that pub because it had a good vibe to it.
Aye.
It was nice.
I used to work at pubs in Bathgate and they were always fucking bother.
Give me some names.
The James Young, I don't think it's a pub anymore. It used to be, it was a Witherspoon.
It was like might have been something house.
The 𝗟𝗘𝗏. I don't think it's called that either now. Fuck knows. They have Christmas nights out in that.
Place, like, see for
glass fronted place.
No, it did have a bit of Witherspoon's vibe to it.
Oh, fuck knows. I don't know.
I had a crack night in Bathgate, my first time. Jumped in the train.
What was it he's called it on Saturday? Big 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗧𝗛𝗏?
Big 𝗟𝗘𝗓, aye. It had a bit of, it had 𝗟𝗘𝗔𝗓 back in the day vibes. Like, see, when I was growing up, 𝗟𝗘𝗓 was an alright place to go out for a beer.
Right.
And they had a nice wee rock club round the corner, and you could go to like Witherspoon's and you'd have a couple of beers, or you go to the staging post, have maybe a few beers depending. Put it this way, we used to go to the pub locally, and they would go, no the night, son. There would be bouncers on the door of a Witherspoon's, no the night, son. Like, how? Like, because you have no got black shoes on. That used to be a thing. Do you remember? You'll never.
I remember it well.
We used to have to go out. I don't know if we spoke about this. It could be CTE, but we used to have to go out wearing trousers and shoes and a shirt. Every single time you went out. You went out on a Saturday night, Friday, Saturday night. You went out wearing trousers, shoes,
I remember
and a shirt like you were going to high school.
You knocked back hundreds of cunts as well. See, whether you worked at a pub, a nightclub, loads of cunts just got turned away. Like fucking loads.
Hit you with that regulars only pish?
I never used to say that. I would go, fucking hell. I used to go, all right, boys, I don't like lookies, so fuck off.
Well, that's how you get them away.
Just cut to the chase, eh?
But Bathgate, I'm telling you, if I'm going on a night out, I'm going up to Bathgate.
I used to actually say no the night first. And if they start going, how no the night? Then I like lookies. I'd just say that. I never cared. Never wasted my time with like, you're fucking wearing Stone Island or whatever shit. I've just got to stay like
there was a club in Coatbridge who would only let you in. It was a 30s. It was an over 30s place. I think it's called 30s.
Mate, they're the best places to work.
Right. And it was an MMA show one night, and we'd went out after it, and they're like, no, you've got trainers on. It was like, if you go up, because what they used to say was, if you went up the road and you come back down with shoes on, they would let you in for free. So I've done two individual things. One, a guy threw his boots there for me to go in over the smoking area, and I also put black socks over my shoes.
They were solid moves that I remember. There was always like, so I never ever liked doing the white trainers thing, because you could guarantee some cunt's about to walk out with white trainers on and it causes an incident. You're better to just go, mate, you just look like bags of shit, eh? Just look like a scumbag, mate.
I don't get the black sock things. Like
the socks over your shoes.
Right, but surely
I know.
you'd notice that.
Aye.
And be like, he's not coming in, you've got fucking socks over your shoes.
They didn't care. They just couldn't let you in. They were just like, can't let you in with your new shoes. You had to wear shoes to get into a nightclub. You
couldn't be rocking up with fucking white like these, mate. Oh,
they wouldn't let you in with this.
No chance. Sports trainers, no chance. No chance.
That was the done thing, but you had to wear a shirt.
So
you had to look smart to go out.
Honestly,
you looked like you were going to a fucking funeral, mate.
Polo shirt was fine. And I'll tell you the thing about polo shirts. This is one I used to do all the time. Cunts would kick off with you, right? You would get a bit of bother, and the first thing I would do would be burst your polo shirt in the front, because your night's fucked now. You're not getting in anywhere now.
Aye.
And that just used to be my go-to all the time. Like, boom, just fucking clean open. And see, even if you can just get a wee bit of rip, that's it. Night's fucked.
A wee Fred Perry polo
Boss, Fred Perry, fucking Diesel used to do good ones. They would do good fitted ones.
Good for ripping.
Good. No, they were a cunt to rip, but if you were a guy who was in shape, you could, like, you didn't get that much of that in Glasgow. See, in Edinburgh, it was full of like university rugby teams and stuff like that. Guys were usually quite like trained a bit. Glasgow, it wasn't such a big thing. I can remember going to Pure Gym when it opened in Glasgow and it being full of girls. And I was like, this is weird. Where's all the guys? Like, it's just wasn't, gym culture wasn't a big thing with young men at that time. It's much bigger now. But in Edinburgh, you had your sort of, there was competition, mate, because a fucking young, well-spoken guy with a wee bit of dough, and he went to uni and he played for the rugby team. He was doing all the shagging. So the thing was, like, you couldn't just swipe right back in the days, mate. You had to actually go up. You had to actually walk up. You had to go up and speak to women and be confident and be intelligent and be interesting and have a bit of chat and make them laugh and have some money, mate, because they're not going to pay for fuck all. Now,
all the chase to get your hole back in the day.
Now you're just swiping, mate. Now just a ride's just a DM away. Back in the days, you had to fucking work for it.
You had to look good.
Oh, mate, you had to have the right aftershave, everything. There was everything. There was so much went into it. And you couldn't go out with too many guys. So if you went out with 5, 6, 7 guys,
no getting in.
No getting in, definitely no shagging. Or, I'll tell you another one. If lassies, everybody thinks lassies are all mad slags now. They are nothing compared to what they used to be. Nothing. Because people can track them down on social media, you find ex-boyfriends, find out about them. So say me and Paul are 19. Me and Paul are 19, go to a nightclub, see 2 lassies sitting there. They're shagging, mate. They're 100% out. Look in their bag now. I guarantee they've got spare pants and a toothbrush. Like, it was just how they were back then. Is they've got a freshly shaved minge and they're ready to go. And that's what they're out for. And just young people aren't out for that now. There's hardly any cunt out. They dress in whatever the fuck they want. They turn up in trainers that look like they've done a tour of the Western Front in them. Like, fuck me. Like, it's just so different. And it's purely because online dating. Online dating killed nightclubs. They're dead. 5 years from now, there'll not be nightclubs.
You're right. People were going out to nightclubs.
Purely to meet women. There was no, you'll hear guys our age, lassies going out and they've got a boyfriend, right? What'd you go out for if you've got a boyfriend? Like, it's genuinely confusing to a lot of older people because there's only one reason for lassies to go out. And always, I like to just go out and dance with my friends. You're out hooring. It was just always what it was.
Another public service announcement by Ross Cooper. You're out hooring.
You're out hooring. You got a man in the house, aye? The fuck you doing out the house? Saturday night, you maniac. Get him. Christmas night out, we'll allow it. But that's how it was.
That was the...
And people want to... That was like 2010. Early 2000s, girls were going out to meet guys. Guys were going out to meet girls. Girls didn't buy fucking drinks back then. Now it's like, girls, do not take a drink for a stranger ever. He's going to rape you. Like, fucking hell. How are you meant to meet birds then?
Social media.
Social media, mate. You fucking react to the photos. You send the wee love heart eyes to the story, whatever it is you do now. But I tell you what you don't do is talk to fucking women. It's bizarre, mate. I watch these young guys cutting about and it's groups of guys dancing with each other. And I just stand there and I'm like...
Dance with the birds.
Gay.
Gay.
Like...
Jink it because they don't know how to talk to them now?
Absolutely don't.
Because they don't do it in person.
Don't know how to talk to the people at the front. Don't know how to talk to the lassies scanning the tickets. And it's why I say this all the time. You'll get one guy who's got mediocre level banter, just riding everything, just doing what he wants, having a fucking time in his life. And he's not even trying. He's not even got to try. The effort, mate, the effort that fucking young guys had to put in back in the days, unreal. You've just no idea. And still could get to the end of the night and she'd still go, see ya.
Cheers for all the booze you bought me.
Aye, half free and she's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're just going home to rip the head off it, mate. And cost you 150 quid. So that's the modern world. I wish we could go back, but you know.
That's what I think he said as well. Brian Hislop, he was like, I wish we could go back.
I know.
What's the time?
That's just under an hour, 50 minutes.
Guys, if you want to join us for some more shits and giggles, we're moving over to the Patreon. What we got lined up? What are we going to talk about?
There's a few non-MMA stories. So
Eagles.
The Eagles one, you can tell us about your
Not in my wheelhouse,
Super Bowl.
but I'm interested to learn.
Gino DeCampo, he's
Mad
been doing
Shagger.
some beasting.
Gino Kens.
Kanye, after me sticking up for him last week, immediately fucking goes off the deep end.
He doesn't have.
Did you see him calling Kendrick Lamar gay?
Aye.
So
hilarious,
if
mate.
you want to come over for a wee bit more of a risky conversation,
Gay.
right, we will catch you in the Patreon. Guys, we appreciate you. Keep
See
it
you
high.
soon.